Alabama, the Tiger Walk, the procession into the arena of dreams. Visiting teams face the peril of being the next meal for Auburn, served up on a plate. Everybody knows Tigers folks are apex predators. No prey is too big or too small. The thermostat as well as the pads will be popping today. Look at the temperature, 96 degrees. And just remember that fandom is on 100 today, and we'll see which team will be standing on business. You're watching ESPN College Football, delivered by Papa John's. From Auburn, Alabama, folks, this is the SEC on ESPN. Both teams coming in 2-1 in their SEC opener, and War Eagle soaring, taking flight on the first Saturday of fall. Mark Jones, Roddy Jones, Quinn Kessenich down on the field. Roddy, a big burden for the quarterbacks today.
It's two quarterbacks making their first starts in SEC play, starting for Talon Green for the Arkansas Razorbacks, a true dual threat, a first-team all-get-off-the-bus guy at 6'6", but he's coming off his worst game of the season throwing the football, 42% passing last week against UAB. He's looking to bounce back, and on the other side, Hank Brown making his second career start last week against New Mexico, 4 touchdowns through the air. Really like the way he distributed the football, but this environment's going to be different.
He's never faced anything like this in the conference opener for both these teams. Ready to take the field, ready to kick from the plains when we come back. Okay. Welcome back, everyone, to Auburn, Alabama, ready to kick. Auburn winning the toss, deferring to the second half, so Arkansas will have the football first. Isaiah Satania is back for the kick for Arkansas, coming off a win last week against UAB. And the Razorbacks will take it 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Let's go down to Quinn.
You know that I know that you know that I know. That's part of the chess match you're going to see right now, because you've got two coordinators who worked together last season at Texas A&M. DJ Durkin, defensive coach at Auburn. Bobby Petrino, the longtime offensive mastermind, now the OC at Arkansas. They co-workers together last season, spent a lot of time in the meeting room, talking offense, talking defense. Let's see how that plays out.
And you wonder how many secrets they actually exchanged through that time. Q, great job. 1st down and 10 from the 25 for quarterback Talon Green. A vociferous sellout crowd here at Auburn, Roddy.
And that's something that Talon Green's going to have to deal with. He's got big game experience, but environments like this, it's tough to prepare for. First play of the game, he's trying to make adjustments at the line of scrimmage, and he gets a delay game.
Led Boise State to a Mountain West Conference championship last year. But this is a different type of environment. Green to pass down the sidelines, and it's going to be ruled caught by Andrew Armstrong, or no, it's going to be incomplete. Champ Anthony back there defending. Took a while for the official to make a call.
And Champ Anthony's getting the start at that cornerback position. They've struggled playing the ball in the air. Great job playing through the hands of the receiver. That's a place where Auburn really looked to improve in this one, and on the first play, they do a nice job.
2nd and 15. They're going to hand it off to Jackson, who did a great job in the ground last week in their victory. Let's take a look at our impact players, delivered by Papa John's.
Well, you look at Arkansas on offense, and it's Jaquindon Jackson, the 6'2", 230-pound running back. Look for him to get about 20 touches. And then on the other side, Keldrick Falk up front can be an absolute game wrecker at 6'6", almost 290 pounds. On 3rd down situations like this, Arkansas has to know where 15 is.
Quickly, it's 3rd and 10. Green threw an interception on the first series last week. under duress here, and this is where he can be lethal. He'll pick up the first down and then some. A gain of about 23 yards by the lean, long, and lanky quarterback.
And he does such a good job of avoiding a potential sack. He's got a free rusher coming, steps up and leaks out, and that's what DJ Durkin was really afraid of. Taylor Green climbing in the pocket and then escaping east-west, and once he gets that stride going at 6'6", he can absolutely motor down the field.
As you said, partner, he is first team all getting off the bus.
Yes, he is.
Downfield, incomplete at the 28-yard line, intended for Broden. Tyrone Broden, it'll be second down and 10. Green comes into the ball game, completing 56% of his passes, and that's right out of central casting if you're building a quarterback.
I don't know if you did that out of central casting, they'd say, put that back. No one's going to believe that someone can be built like that at the quarterback position. They've worked a lot with him on his throwing mechanics, but the natural ability is obvious.
On second down and 10, keeps it himself on a quarterback run, went to hurdle the defender and ended up throwing a karate kick at Jaron Thompson. That was a wild-looking play. 16-yard pickup and a first down.
They're going to read the defensive tackle, and as soon as he collapses down, Taylor Green pulls. And, you know, we've gone too far with the jumping.
Yeah.
I mean, defenders are trying to anticipate it now, and Taylor Green thinks that Jaron Thompson's going low. Next thing you know is he's getting a knee to the neck.
Got me thinking UFC coming up. First down and 10. Green pulls it out on the RPO. Great move. Oh, man, he shook the defender in space and picked up a few more yards. Muosi is still looking for him. 9-yard gain.
The second time we've seen a zone read. And then how about the long strider being able to put the defender in the blender? It looked like it looked like they were meeting at the rim almost. If they'd have both put their hands up.
Second and 1. Haas in motion. They keep it on the ground. Jackson finds a crease, puts his hat down, and burrows down to the 15-yard line. Runs over Thompson and moves the chains again.
Such a good job by Jaquindon Jackson of pressing the block of his center, Addison Nichols, getting up the field once that hole is there, and he is a physical runner when he finishes in the secondary.
Haas in motion again after that 10-yard gain. Green gets it out quickly to Washington, the tight end, picks up a few yards. Asante making the tackle for the Tigers. Ty Washington comes out of the ball game. Second down and 9. Keep an eye on Andrew Armstrong, a big target at 6'4", split to the bottom of your screen.
Luke Haas, the tight end, third man from the bottom, also a big target as they get closer to the end zone.
Clean pocket for Green, and then gets it away. Incomplete. Intended for Haas. Good pressure up front by Champ Anthony. Sets up a third down and 9 now, Roddy.
And based on what Auburn has done during this drive, I'd expect them to bring pressure, but Taylor Green is going to have to deal with the noise first and foremost.
They've already had one delay of game penalty. Sacked back at the 23. Muosi with a big defensive surge up front.
Well, they completely turn number 12 loose, and then you also get pressure off the edge from Jaron Thompson. You can see the right guard, Joshua Braun, is peeking inside, can't get back out to Muosi. He's able to get to the quarterback. DJ Durkin early, bringing a lot of pressure on Taylor Green.
Ramsey going to attempt this field goal from 41 yards out. 4 of 7 on the season, and he pushes this to the right. Everything but points on that opening impressive drive for the visitors from Arkansas. Tigers with the football when we come back. "11 plays, 52 yards, using 4:36 on the clock, but 0 points." Roddy, what kind of impact does that have moving forward?
Well, I think it's a little bit of an energy zapper. This was a hard drive for Taylor Green. 40 yards rushing on it. They heated him up constantly in the pocket. To end with no points has got to be a bit demoralizing.
Took that sack, which led to the missed field goal. And here comes Hank Brown the other way for Auburn, making his second start of the season. The pass complete to Cam Coleman, and he picks up the first down. Coleman was shaken up at the end of the Cal game a couple of weeks ago, but looked pretty good there, Roddy.
Gave him the week off to heal that shoulder up a little bit. The all-everything freshman, top 5 player a year ago. Coming out of high school, he has lived up to the billing early in his career on the Plains.
1st and 10 from the 36. They fake the jet sweep, hand it off to Jarquez Hunter, one of the leading rushers in the country, coming off 3 consecutive 100-yard rushing games. There's a look at the starting quarterback. I mentioned him, Hank Brown, completing 67% of his passes on the season, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, but this is a different level of intensity today.
It is, but I like the game plan early. You give him an easy RPO to start the game, a quick completion, just like they did a week ago. I expect them to take shots down the field to take advantage of that arm strength, but he showed great poise against New Mexico. Now it ratchets up. Feels like he thinks he's ready.
Jeremiah Cobb in the backfield. There's the jet sweep to Simmons. Trying to get to the edge and can't. Well strung out defensively by Arkansas as we take a look at today's player spotlight, brought to you by Tide. And here's what Hank Brown had to say. Encouraging, but I think a lot to build on from this week. I love when the competition level is raised. Well, he's going to get that. I'm excited for SEC play. I'm excited to dominate Arkansas. Not quite bulletin board stuff, you think?
Not quite, but hey, man, talk that talk, young man. Carry yourself with confidence.
Yeah, pop your stuff. 3rd and 1. He kept it himself, running with confidence, and picks up the first down into Arkansas territory at about the 44-yard line. TJ Metcalf made the tackle on the 9-yard gain.
The zone read much more part of the game plan with Peyton Thorne in the game previously. Earlier in the season, he's more of the dual threat, but Hank Brown has to do this just enough to hold that backside. You can see how quickly the backside was closing down. Now the backside defenders for Arkansas are going to have to think about it a little bit more.
Fairweather in motion. Now he sets. Brown steps up, slings it. It's going to be caught by Lambert Smith, the Penn State transfer. Their leading receiver picks up about 9. 2nd down and 1. And the Tigers moving expeditiously here. Brown picks up the first down and then some. A nice hold before finally being brought down by Stephen Dix Jr. 1st down and 10 for the Tigers on their opening drive of the ball game after that 8-yard gain.
Going back to the pass completed on first down, the last first down by Hank Brown, thoroughly impressed by the ball placement there, low and outside. Again, another completion early for this young quarterback, getting his confidence.
They go empty. Brown into a seam, tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the Razorbacks defense. And the first turnover of the game goes to the Arkansas Razorbacks. Danico Slaughter got it on the carom. Sometimes the bounces go your way, partner.
Sometimes you have to learn the hard way that SEC play, the window is a little bit smaller. Arkansas football.
ESPN College Football is delivered by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Plains. A look at College Ave here in downtown Auburn. Man, we had a great time last night going to dinner with some of the folks from the athletic department. Had a great meal. I had one taco too many and washed it down with some of that Toomer's lemonade.
See, that's the thing.
It wasn't sugar-free, I know that.
There's never too many tacos, and Toomer's lemonade is certainly not sugar-free, but boy, is it delicious.
Oh, man, I got diabetes right now. 1st and 10. Pass incomplete, and what a hit. Champ Anthony, the undisputed champ of smoke. What a hit on Armstrong. And Armstrong is shaken up, understandably so, being attended to by the athletic training staff. Let's listen into it. That is a snapshot of the intensity that you see on the first weekend of SEC play.
And that'll be a learning experience for Talon Green.
Yeah.
Andrew Armstrong was open for a lot earlier than when he threw that ball, and he threw it with some air under it. He's got to drive that football to let Armstrong protect himself before that hit comes.
Well, of course, our exuberance over that hit has to be tempered with the injury to Andrew Armstrong. Let's go downstairs to Quint.
Well, Coach Sam Pittman and OC Bobby Petrino leaning on the officials right now, asking, was that targeting? Was that targeting? Armstrong still down, limited movement, happened right in front of the bench, and you could see that one. You could see that one coming a mile away. This was never going to end up well for the receiver.
And this is not targeting. The two things, so Armstrong in that situation is a defenseless receiver. You would need forcible contact to the head or neck area for it to be considered targeting. He hits Armstrong hard, but it's more in the shoulder arm area.
Yes.
The other one is crown of the helmet. Champ Anthony did a great job of getting his head out of the hit, hits with the shoulder. Good to see Andrew Armstrong up, but this is going to be teach tape for how to hit hard without committing targeting. Head out of the way, shoulder to shoulder. It is a violent hit, but not targeting.
Got his head across the bow, as they like to coach it and say, and great to see Armstrong get up in the aftermath of that. 2nd down and 10. Armstrong, by the way, the Hogs' leading receiver. They have an array of ordnance, though. A lot of talent in that position. Green on the RPO gets it out to his tight end, Haas, who picks up a couple of yards before being pushed out of bounds. 3rd down and about 8 to go now for Arkansas. And now we have Champ Anthony, who made the hit on the previous play. Now he's shaken up. Folks, we're going to take a short break. The Auburn team, to a man, just went over to the cart and said prayers over Champ Anthony, who's being carted off the field right now. Folks, we're not going to show you the replay because it was too cataclysmic to view again. Pretty gruesome. But he is being taken off the field. And keep in mind that the previous play, this is the play he was involved in the hit on Armstrong. And we're glad to report that Armstrong is up and walking and back in the huddle for Arkansas. But it really, Roddy, underscores both the beauty and the violence of this game, to be honest, right?
It does. It brings it front and center. And first and foremost, our thoughts and prayers with Champ Anthony. We hope for a safe, for a speedy recovery for him. But on the field for Auburn, it puts them in a tough spot. They've struggled at that corner position Antonio Kite looks like he's going to come back in the game to play it. And Champ Anthony, early in this game, had done a really nice job. Made a play on a football that was really nice. Obviously had the big hit. We hope that he has a speedy recovery.
Yes.
But now Arkansas having to shuffle that cornerback position. Excuse me, Auburn having to shuffle that cornerback position.
Anthony, a guy that is heavily relied on to bring a lot of leadership to that DB room and through the whole defense. 3rd down and 7. Green under duress again and throws it out of bounds. Out of the pocket, ball went beyond the line of scrimmage. There's a flag down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 6. 15-yard penalty for the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So the defense can't get off the field. The result of the penalty against Austin Keys.
And Taylon Green throws the ball away. You just got to lay off. He's near the sideline too. A late hit. You get a fan on the sideline who gets a hit and gets hurt. Q, what'd you see on that?
That's a lesson for Sawyer Elkins to keep your head on a swivel. These guys are big, they're fast. You better get on your horse, man, when they come flying off the sideline. He leaves with a broken pinky.
Wow. 1st and 10 after the personal foul, roughing the passer penalty. And Jaquindon Jackson with a nice gain of about 8. Here's what Q was talking about a moment ago. Green collides with him on the sidelines and broke his finger. Sawyer Elkins suffering a broken finger. Good news right now for Arkansas is that Andrew Armstrong is back in the ball game up at the top of your screen. On 2nd and 2, Jackson spins, picks up the first down, kept those legs going after the initial contact out near midfield. Hey, coming up tonight on ABC at 7:30 Eastern time, a big matchup between 3-0 teams. Number 6 Tennessee taking on number 15 Oklahoma. Entrenched in the SEC, Oklahoma SEC, Roddy.
Ooh, what a scene that's going to be. Josh Heupel's return to Oklahoma after being the national championship winning quarterback. The offensive coordinator fired from Oklahoma. It's going to be a lot of emotions.
Juicy. Green taking a shot downfield and overshoots his receiver out of bounds, intended for Tyrone Broden. Closely covered by Kayan Lee. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Boy, it feels like a lot has happened already in this first quarter, right?
This has been a stressful first 10 minutes. It has. We've had a lot.
Yeah.
And Arkansas has had the ball for the vast majority of it because of the interception on the other side. And then the personal foul roughing the passer that extended this drive.
They hand it off to Russell. Big freshman out of Benton, Arkansas. No gain on the play. Asante numbering the tackle along with Bleedy.
Eugene Asante is going to come off the right side on a blitz. Ends up losing his helmet, but Auburn has been incredibly aggressive. It feels like they are putting it all on Taylon Green's plate to make plays with his arm and putting it on these receivers to create separation. Crowd getting involved on another big 3rd down.
They beat the pressure this time out of the backfield. The burly big fullback Russell about 2 yards shy of the first down, but he carried a defender or two, Crawford and Lee, for a little bit of a ride, but still comes up short, a 7-yard gain.
The effort made the decision a tough one for Sam Pittman, the freshman, as you said. Kieran Crawford has him wrangled. He just drives his legs. That's what 253 pounds feels like trying to tackle. Arkansas's got the offense still in the field.
Hogs 1 of 3 on 4th down this season. Green is going to get it himself. That is the beauty and luxury of having an agile and mobile quarterback. Taylon Green, the transfer from Boise State, picks up 6 and moves the chains.
Agile, mobile, in a hostile environment, handles it really well. You saw the communication pre-snap, and then the poise with pressure coming from his right side to coolly roll out, see man-to-man, get the first down, and once again extend the drive.
On 1st and 10, they're going to keep it on the ground. Nowhere to go for Jackson. You know, Bobby Petrino telling us during our meeting a little bit earlier this week that they were looking at 4 different quarterbacks in the transfer portal during the offseason at Arkansas. He went up to Boise State to visit Taylon Green and his family, and then closed the deal a little bit later, a couple weeks later, in the Dallas area where Green is from. And Roddy, we'll get you to talk about how he's improved his throwing motion a little bit later too. This is the 10th play of the drive. Fumbles the snap just the way he drew it up. Armstrong makes the catch. Let's see where they spot his forward progress. It's the old fumble the snap, throw it to your wide receiver play.
As you said, just how they draw it up. The poise, though, by Taylon Green with a corner blitz in his face to deliver. Did a really nice job.
His motion looked pretty good. They're trying to get him to come over the top a little bit more, right?
They are. At Boise, you could see that arm angle a little bit lower. That was really nice job of a good, accurate delivery. Big 3rd down.
Jackson is going to pick up the 1st down. Under 2 minutes to go here in the 1st quarter. Let's talk about that throwing motion a little bit.
Yeah, this was him at Boise. It's a flea flicker, and watch where the release point is. It's out wide, elbow down near the shoulder, and it ends up in a long completion, but that can lead to some inaccuracy. They watched a lot of tape of another tall quarterback that Bobby Petrino's worked with, Ryan Mallett. You can see now, elbow a little bit higher, more an over-the-top delivery, much more repeatable for Taylon Green.
Something to keep an eye on. Green comes over the top, underneath, complete to a wide open receiver, Satania, and a great gain and another 1st down and goal to go for the Razorbacks.
Again, elbow up, over the top, accurate delivery to Satania. And after starting 1 for his first 8 a week ago, he looks like a guy who has flushed that, moved on, and the confidence of this coaching staff in him has helped out a lot.
1st and goal. A look at Arkansas in the red zone this season. Pretty proficient. They keep it on the ground. Jackson into the boundary, broke a tackle. Pardon me, that's Rodney Hill this time. Rodney Hill, part of that combination in the backfield. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Arkansas with another invariable drive like the last time they had the football, but unable to put points on the board, the result of a missed field goal.
Arkansas has had the ball for 10 minutes and 52 seconds so far in this 1st quarter. This Auburn defense has been on the field, feels like the entire game.
Yeah. 14th play of the drive. Green pulls it out, spins, goes airborne, stopped up short of the end zone by Lee, and is going to be inches short of that end zone as the first 15 minutes ends. Taylon Green leading his team downfield with his arm and with his legs. Tell you what, this is a move that would make Simone Biles proud. I'd score that about a 9.9. 3rd and goal when we come back. You're watching ESPN College Football delivered by Papa John's. This is the SEC on ESPN. Down to Q. A moment ago.
It's critical right now for your quarterback, Taylon Green.
Well, we got to score right here is the most critical, but we got to protect him better. He's doing a great job of getting outside the pocket and running the football, but we can't do that all day. We got to protect him better. We got to score inside this damn red zone. We did not last time. This is a big play for us coming up 3rd and 1.
Doesn't look like they got in yet. No signal yet. And now a signal. So as the coach desired, they punch it in this time and cap a 15-play, 81-yard drive, eclipsing about 7 minutes on the clock, wearing down that Tiger defense a little bit more, Roddy.
They had a ton of success with this play a week ago, a little lead toss. And the strength of Jaquindon Jackson is what makes this the second effort, maybe even third effort, as he gets met in the backfield, stays up, drives his legs, twists, turns, and contorts, and ends up in the end zone.
7th rushing touchdown this season for Jackson. Coach Pittman said we needed to have that touchdown, and they got it. This has been a series in which in the last 2 games the visiting team has won convincingly. Hogs lead it 7-0. Let's check in with the studio. Back here just underway in the second quarter. Mark Jones, Waddy Jones, Quint Kwestinik down on the field. Taylon Green on the sidelines leading his team on a 15-play, 81-yard drive, and they get the touchdown this time, unlike the previous drive where they missed a field goal. But we've talked about one of the prevailing themes so far, Roddy, in that this Razorback offense has controlled the tempo of the game so far.
And it's been a self-inflicted wound by Auburn that allowed that long drive. The roughing the passer on a 3rd and long early on the first 3 plays is what extended that drive. But credit to Arkansas coming in 4th down conversion, scoring on a 3rd down there. Taylon Green in that offense really showed a lot of grit, ending in the end zone.
Look at the difference in time of possession. Almost 4-1 in favor of the Hogs. Auburn going to take it out of the end zone. They're very aggressive in the return game. Jeremiah Cobb. So we saw Stanford get a win yesterday in the bubble in Syracuse. We got a flag first. But this is a different college football landscape that we're dealing in. Even the SEC has changed a little bit with the inclusion of Oklahoma and Texas. Here's the call.
Holding on return team number 84. Passes distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. First down.
Yeah, what do you make of this brand new universe, Roddy? We do have the 12-team playoff, which is a great thing.
That is exciting. It takes some getting used to, though. Yeah. Cows at Florida State in a conference game. We talked about USC and Michigan. Utah at Oklahoma State, a conference game. Tennessee, Oklahoma.
To put my head around all that.
All of these feel like non-conference situations, but this is what we get now. We get big-time matchups, ones that we haven't seen traditionally, so it's exciting.
Yeah. Got to keep evolving. First down and 10, Tigers deep in their own territory. Gain of about 4 by Jarquez Hunter. Some of the early season stumbles by the SEC, Vandy, Mississippi State, Auburn losing to Cal, Florida losing to Miami, and Notre Dame won that early game against Texas A&M at Texas A&M.
The big takeaway for this conference is it's incredibly good at the top. 6 of the top 7 in the AP poll from the SEC. But the rest has struggled a little bit.
Hank Brown with the completion throws a laser complete to Lambert Smith. The transfer from Penn State, the team's leading receiver.
When you have guys like this that can make strong hands catches away from the body, gives your freshman quarterback a lot of confidence. Remember, interception his last time out. Keandre Lambert Smith going and helping the young quarterback on that one.
16-yard pickup. Hunter in the backfield. Oh, they faked the flea flicker, Roddy, as Hunter keeps it. Brought down by Steven Dix. Gain of about 6 on the play.
Watch what the fake of the flea flicker does to the linebacker, Xavier Sori. He sees the flea flicker, hesitates, and Jarquez Hunter runs right by him. What a play design.
Yeah, Derek Nix, the offensive coordinator, with a little wrinkle there. 2nd down and 4. Hunter breaks one off the right side. Oh, a straight arm, straight to the chin. He told Singletary, you better talk to the hand because my feet aren't listening to you.
Watch it open up on this right side, and then you're going to see the receiver crack and the corner replaced. It's a great job of Jarquez Hunter knowing where the run support is going to come from, who's the unblocked guy, and then having something for him with the stiff arm.
24-yard pickup on the previous play. This one not as much by Hunter. Sori making the tackle on the play. Short gain. And he had to really talk to the hand here.
Perfectly executed stiff arm. Throws it late, right on that helmet, puts him on the ground. That's one of those you got to run through, bring your big boy pads. Tackle Jarquez Hunter.
Been watching some Derrick Henry maybe right there. 2nd down and 9.
He's an Alabama guy. We're not watching Derrick Henry.
I can't say that here. Brown, incomplete, wide, intended for Cam Coleman. Third and 9 coming up for head coach Hugh Freeze in his 2nd year. They go empty, 5 receivers on the formation. Brown with a clean pocket. Incomplete. In and out of the arms of Robert Lewis. As he took the hit, he couldn't squeeze it long enough. And in will come the punt team for the Tigers. That felt like a pretty big play for the Arkansas defense.
It did, because the Arkansas offense has been on the field basically the entire game. And Auburn would have loved, obviously, points, but to give your defense a little bit of rest. That one wasn't on the freshman quarterback. An accurate delivery just ends in a drop.
Chapman is going to punt from his own 40-yard line. Nose of the football down. A high end-over-end punt. Comes down at the 10-yard line to Satania. 35-yard punt. Nothing on the return. When we come back, we're going to put a period on the newly formed SEC with a couple new members, Oklahoma and Texas. Well, SEC members left a key under the mat for Texas and Oklahoma. They are in the SEC's house, and Texas leaping a lot of other teams to the #1 spot after that impressive game that we called last week.
And Georgia struggles on the road, and look at Oklahoma. They have been a turnover creating factory. Tennessee's going to have to deal with that tonight.
First and 10. Jackson lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Let's go down to Q.
Texas is SEC ready, that's for sure, and especially in terms of pageantry. Whether it's Bevo, the boots, the band, the enormous drum. How about that drone show we saw last week at the end of the 3rd quarter? Everything is bigger in Texas. That's a great fit for the SEC.
It certainly is in terms of putting on a great show. The light show when they score a touchdown at DKR Stadium is amazing.
Yes, it is.
I feel like you're in the club, up in the club.
Which Arch Manning makes sure is open all night long, and Quinn Ewers before him.
Yes. Well, they were having bottle service last week. Green taking a shot downfield, up for grabs, and incomplete at the 45-yard line for Broden. Broken up by Kayan Lee. So it'll be 3rd down and long. Roddy, we were talking during the break. You feel like this is an important series for Auburn's defense?
You now have Arkansas in 3rd and long. You have to get off the field here. You've been on the field for the vast majority of the game. The offense had some momentum, but it got stymied. This feels like the biggest play of the game so far for this Auburn defense.
Green on the slant. caught by Mr. Third Down, Mr. Dependable, Mr. I got you all day, Andrew Armstrong. And Bobby Petrino, the quarterback whisperer, pressing the right buttons.
And he was matched up against Antonio Kite, who replaced Champ Anthony at that cornerback position. The length of Andrew Armstrong and the strong hands coming through there.
Big conversion on third down, 12-yard gain. Here's Armstrong again on the receiver screen. Keeps those legs moving and picks up close to 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5. Kite and Thompson in on the tackle. Both these teams coming in at 2 up and 1 down. Armstrong, 31 consecutive games with a catch. Up amongst the leaders in school history, and that is a very esteemed list when you take a closer look. Wide snap, and Green pounces on the loose ball. A perilous situation there. A loss of 6. We've seen 2 of those now, right?
We have, and Auburn was in an alignment where they had no one on the line of scrimmage to the left side of the center. Looked like Arkansas was going that way. And as you said, second time we've seen the ball on the ground from the center quarterback snap exchange.
3rd and 10. Green surveys and throws it out of bounds in the vicinity of Tesla. And it'll be 4th down punting situation for Coach Pittman and the Razorbacks.
And that's big for this Auburn defense. Getting off the field, not committing a penalty, being able to slow down Bobby Petrino in this Arkansas offense that has really controlled the majority of this game.
Bale with the punt, averaging almost 46 yards per punt on the season. That's Keontae Scott. Scott hit immediately at the 25-yard line. Great downfield coverage by the Razorbacks special teams. Ashton No, the snapper, got downfield to make the tackle on that 51-yard punt. SEC play underway in earnest here on the plains of Alabama when we come back. Welcome back, everyone. Here's what you will hear on your drive to the stadium in the game. Listen in. Those grooves are cut into the pavement so that it resonates with the first 7 notes of the Auburn fight song. Now that is ingenious.
It's awesome. We heard it on the way here. Going 35 miles an hour down that road, you get treated. And usually those rumble strips tell you you're going off the road. Those tell you you're going the right way to Jordan Hare.
Hey, you know, I set that off when I'm on my run. I ran over those.
Did you? 35 miles an hour?
Well, I said to slow down. 1st and 10. Q has more. Q, what's up?
We were going too slow today, so it was more like.
Yeah, it did sound like that, Q. Always driving the speed limit. 2nd down and 9. Auburn's offense stuck in neutral. Speaking of speeds, haven't put any points on the board yet. Hank Brown making his 2nd consecutive start. On the reverse, this is Simmons. And Simmons, the 6-foot freshman from Montgomery, picks up a few yards on the play, got 3. Sets up 3rd down for the Tigers.
That was a super interesting double handoff. They handed off to Jarquez Hunter, who then handed off to Malcolm Simmons. Good on Arkansas for being all over it. Another empty set here on 3rd down for Hank Brown.
Play clock under 10. Brown gets it out, completes it, but right there to make the stop on the play. Great defense by Jaden Johnson, and it's 4th down. The Razorback defense gets off the field. They were impervious on that sequence, a loss of 3.
And they decided to heat up Hank Brown. Brad Spence, number 22, was lined up over the 3rd receiver. But as that snap count got closer, crept inside, Hank Brown recognized it, delivered the ball, but a great open field tackle by Arkansas to get off the field.
4th down coming up. Chapman averaging 46 yards per punt on the season. A high end-over-end punt. The fair catch called back at the 25-yard line by Satania. An Auburn player with his palms to the sky ended up on his backside after that 48-yard punt. Hey, kick off your Week 3 NFL Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with the Countdown crew on ESPN and the ESPN app. They'll preview each game right up to kickoff. This week, we'll have 2 Monday Night Football matchups. Jags and Bills at a special start 7:15 Eastern on ESPN and ESPN Deportes. And the Commanders and the Bengals at 8 Eastern on ABC and ESPN+.
How about the last 2 Heisman Trophy winners squaring off?
Love it.
2 Heisman Trophy winners from LSU. Joe Burrow on one side. He wasn't the one previous to Jaden Daniels, excuse me, but obviously 2 guys, 2 LSU legends squaring off.
Taylon Green with a clean pocket delivers a strike. And that's going to be a 1st down to Satania. Right at the 1st down marker, the redshirt sophomore from Fayetteville.
Taylor Green's killed him a number of times on blitzes with his passing ability. Here on a 1st down. Look at this pocket. I mean, he's just got all day to throw with only 3 rushers coming. They've been able to get free runners and create pressure, but they opted not to go with it.
Green kept it, a good decision, because Rodney Hill, the tailback, got eviscerated on the tackle. Good penetration up front by Bleedy. There he is, number 96. This was a good decision, right?
Yeah, he made it out of necessity. He knew the running back was going to get absolutely blasted, so he pulls it on his read key. Fortunately for him, he had to make a guy miss in the backfield. Poor Rodney Hill. See, that's the stuff with running backs that they don't talk about, Jonesy.
I feel something personal there from you. 2nd and 12. Satania in the slot. Taylon Green going to take off with it. Going to pick up a 1st down and get down safely at about the 48-yard line. Great discernment again by the angular quarterback to pick up 13 yards. 1st down and 10, approaching 5 minutes to go. What does it mean that Green gets off to a good start like this, unlike last week?
Well, I think it gives confidence to this whole offense, and it opens up everything. They kind of had to resort to just running the football because of the inaccuracies early last week. And it worked, but the ability to throw makes DJ Durkin on the other side have to play it a little more cautious.
12 formation, 2 tight ends for Jackson. Two-yard gain by Jackson. The running back play in this game really at the center of the storyline.
It really is. And Jaquindon Jackson on one side, Jarquez Hunter on the other. These are 2 of the best. And I think they're 2 of the best at doing the little things.
Okay.
Pressing their keys, getting up to the line of scrimmage before they make those cuts. They're obviously strong and great after contact, but these 2 guys do so much before they get the ball. It really helps those offensive linemen.
We're going to take a short break, and my partner is going to explain what Jackson does so well in preparation for those carries on the other side as we pay some bills first. Come on back. Jaquindon Jackson, number 22 for the Hogs, has 3 consecutive 100-yard games and really praised by his head coordinator, Bobby Petrino.
And look what he does. He goes to his landmark, so he's got a spot that he has to hit. Goes to that landmark, and because he presses the hole, is able to spin off and get some yardage.
This time it's Rodney Hill gaining a couple of yards. So we've talked about the quarterback and the motion, but what about Jackson, and what does he do to get ready for the carry?
Well, I think it's an understanding. He was a dual threat quarterback in high school. There's an understanding of how your path and your track helps the offensive line. The track is set up so that the defenders are where they're supposed to be, so the offensive line can get off their combinations and get to the second level. And then the knowledge of who's the unblocked guy and athleticism takes over.
Taylon Green complete to number 2, Andrew Armstrong. Good to see Armstrong shake off that earlier injury, that big hit that he took from Champ Anthony, who subsequent to the next play had to leave after suffering an injury. There's the numbers on Armstrong today. Under 4 minutes to go in this opening half. 4th and short. They're going to go for it. Do you like the call?
I do. Your offense is controlled, and in these situations the past 2 weeks they've gone to that little lead toss behind the fullback.
They're going to try and pass, and Arkansas, intransigent, unmoving. Jalen McLeod makes the tackle and the sack. The Tigers with a pivotal defensive play, Roddy.
We talked about the running back and his ability. Jalen McLeod's right there, and you're going to have a block in the backfield because there's a free runner. Jaquindon Jackson totally whiffs and gets his quarterback blown up. If he's able to make that block, then Taylon Green can scoot up and maybe find someone down the field. But a whiff on the block, a nice job by Jalen McLeod, ends in a sack and a crucial turnover on downs.
See what Hank Brown can do with the offense here. Jarquez Hunter in the backfield. Wonder if they might take a shot here after taking over on downs. They're going to keep it on the ground with Hunter nowhere to go. Moves the pile a little bit. The native of Philadelphia, Mississippi, picks up 2 yards, and he's 93 touchdowns in high school. Broke, listen to this name, folks, Marcus Dupree's school record. Marcus Dupree, Oklahoma.
When you're a guy that has a 30 for 30 that is completely about you and the talent that you had, and you break that dude's record, you've done something.
The greatest that never was the title of the show. Brown eluding harm. Brought down at the 45-yard line. Good tackle by Xavier Sori Jr. And good pressure by Landon Jackson. A pickup of 3. 3rd down coming up.
Landon Jackson comes off the edge. Great move on the right tackle, Percy Lewis, but Hank Brown, a little slide in the pocket. These are the little things that quarterbacks do that can limit the damage when your offensive line gets beat.
Jackson right there had a mid-round projection grade from NFL people, decided to come back to school. On 3rd and 5. 1st down catch by the tight end, Rivaldo Fairweather. They move the chains. A gain of 9. And the 2-minute timeout hits. 1st down and 10 for the Tigers, who have yet to score in this game. Both teams coming in at 2-1. Hank Brown can spin it, though. Back on the other side of this. All right, Matt, back here. 1st and 10. They're going to hand it off to Alston. Got a seam on the outside. Still on his feet. Put it on the ground. Recovered by the Hogs. A cataclysmic, catastrophic turnover by Auburn. Recovered by Stephen Dix Jr. And they gave it away.
We talked about it yesterday with offensive coordinator and running backs coach Derek Nix. 2 fumbles for these Auburn running backs a week ago. One of them by Alston, one of them by Jarquez Hunter. And in this situation, you have to anticipate as you cut back. can't have that ball exposed. The elbow gets up. The chicken wing is out.
Yeah.
Jaden Johnson punches it out. Watch that elbow go up. There's no strength in the ball. Keep that elbow tight, ball tight to the chest, tight to your body. That allows you to cut back and fend off that arm. What a turn of events.
Man. Second turnover today. And on the season, the Tigers are on the wrong side of the ledger when it comes to turnovers. Second most in FBS, and you can see the disgust. First and 10 coming back the other way. Jackson going to pick up 4. Second down and 6 to Quindon Jackson, looking for his 4th consecutive 100-yard rushing game. 7-0 Arkansas in this SEC opener for both teams.
This Auburn defense can still give its offense a chance to get points before halftime. It starts with a stop, and then there's the chess match. Does Arkansas put the ball in the air? When does Hugh Freeze think about using timeouts to save some time?
Second and 6. Green keeps it, gets down safely after about a 3-yard gain. Jalen McLeod, man, you can hear the pads popping, the combustibility of the contact down on the field. Hey, it's 7-0, partner, but it feels like a lot more than that has happened, right?
It feels like an eventful 7-0. Not a, it's certainly not a snoozer. And listen, it feels like SEC play. Physicality, high stakes, every drive feels like it builds upon the next one.
Yes.
Hugh Freeze got to be frustrated the mistakes offensively.
3rd and 3 coming up for Arkansas. Coach Freeze in his 2nd year here feels that this team is unique in the sense that they're so young, but there's a feeling of great work ethic and not feeling entitled to things. This team has been everything that he has wanted so far.
Auburn gets the ball in the second half, and if they can get a stop, they'll give their offense a chance to get some points.
Jackson, nowhere to go. Stopped in the middle of the field between the tackles by Jamison Travis, and the Tigers will get off the field on 4th down here, you think?
Timeout. Auburn. Second time out of the half.
Tigers are going to call their 2nd time out of the half. Hey, this season, Allstate will celebrate every field goal and extra point made by participating universities by making a donation to the university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. So 4th down and 4 coming up. Auburn with 1 timeout remaining. Arkansas with its full complement of 3. Scott perched at his own 30-yard line for this punt. The 2nd one of the afternoon for Bale. Gets off a high spiral, hangs in the air, and a great bit of downfield coverage at the 29-yard line again on the 46-yard punt. No making the stop. Ashton No.
We don't often call the long snapper's name.
Again, that's the 2nd time.
Ashton No is having himself a day.
He needs to get a game ball. Let's examine if there was any contact here. Wow, Bale saying, what about that?
That's pretty close to running into the kicker.
I might say that
it is running into the kicker.
Don't believe your lying eyes. Fairweather in motion now sets on 1st and 10. Brown heaves it incomplete over the head of Robert Lewis, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. As the first half comes to a close, Roddy, what kind of grade would you give Hank Brown in his SEC opener here? I know it's incomplete.
I think right now it's probably a B-.
Okay.
The turnover certainly cost them, but the struggles offensively have not been all on Hank Brown. This drive will go a long way to determining what the first half grade is.
I wish you had graded my term papers, because that is an F. He threw an interception to Jaden Johnson. Not the grade you were looking for there, and it sets up the Hogs in great field position with 46 seconds to go and 3 timeouts remaining, Roddy.
And this goes back to the fumble in the end zone. I mean, Hank Brown stares down a receiver, and Jaden Johnson cuts right underneath it. Remember, Peyton Thorne turned the ball over 4 times, 4 interceptions against Cal, which was part of the reason Hugh Freeze decided to go to Hank Brown.
What kind of grade you give him now? He went from a B+.
Probably a D+. Honestly,
okay.
that is a catastrophic interception right before halftime.
Wow. And look at defensive coordinator Travis Willis, the former Auburn player. He played linebacker here, coaching up his defense to their 2nd turnover. Extra sweet for him. Green trying to convert, tipped, and given back in kind. Interception by Smith, still on his feet. And it was deflected on the play by McLeod. So back-to-back picks from Brown and Green.
And Green is standing there, and Jalen McLeod, who's had himself a day, gets his hands on the football. We've seen interceptions from Hank Brown. Now you get one from Green, and the guy in blue ends up taking it almost to midfield.
Wow, that reminds me of chapter and verse, Luke 6:38. Give, and it will be given back to you. Brown under heat. What a catch! Stretched out for the first down, the tight end, Fairweather. With 30 seconds to go and 1 timeout remaining. A 25-yard gain. All the way down to the 27. Brown. Is it intercepted? Yes, it is. Picked off. The 3rd turnover for Auburn. T.J. Metcalf. Yeah, that'll leave your head ringing for sure. Wow. Consecutive interceptions. Are they going to rule it a pick or not?
Interception by the defense. First down.
The ruling on the field is an interception. Let's see if there's indisputable video evidence to overturn the call or not.
You certainly can't see it from that angle. The ball can hit the ground as long as you have firm control and it doesn't aid in the catch. From that angle, obviously, it looks like a catch.
Right.
And an interception.
T.J. Metcalf pleading his case with the officials. The tape doesn't lie, though.
So
the ruling on the field is an interception.
And as he rolls, he catches the ball, gets it in his hands, and then comes over the top of the football. If he has firm control, the ball can hit the ground.
Right.
The question is, does he have firm control prior to the nose of the football hitting the ground? Does that ball move? Is there indisputable video evidence to overturn the call on the field?
We've had 3 interceptions and a fumble in the game. And the crowd here thinks that they see otherwise on the big screen. Every play is reviewed. Remember that.
And if the replay official opts not to stop play for an official review, it means that they have looked at it and they have made the determination that it doesn't need to be stopped.
Ruling on the field was intercepted pass. The previous play is under review.
Well, we're going to have a little bit more time to adjudicate this one. But what a wild swing from interception to interception to interception.
It's like playing ping pong, back and forth.
Feels like
Take the ball. I'll take the ball. Can't tell from that angle, but
yeah, that view is inconclusive.
This should tell us a little bit more.
That looks like an interception.
I can see where the fans would be encouraged by the possibility.
But you said the ball can.
I think there the ball moves when it hits the ground. So I'm not sure he has full control as he hits the ground. So look at the ball here, and then look at it right there. It does move as he comes over it. Look at the stripes. Look at the stripes on the football and the laces as he rolls over the ball. The nose is gonna hit, and then that ball turns. It looks like he does not have firm control. I would anticipate that is indisputable for me right there as that ball turns. That's indisputable that the ground ate it, or he did not have firm control when he went to the ground. Didn't survive the ground with the football without it moving. I think this is going to be overturned, and Auburn is going to get away with one.
Reprieve, yeah. I've got $5,000 worth of LASIK in my eyes, and I'm not going to guess on this one anymore.
I'm going to go on the side of overturn.
This game has had tremendous swings in emotion. It's run the entire gamut, and we're going to get the call here, finally.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands.
And a feral yell from Metcalf, who gets credit for the interception. 26 seconds to go. And you got to tip your hat to Travis Williams' defense so far.
Yes, you do. And just a few plays ago, it feels like Hank Brown throws the interception. Taylon Green gives it right back off the tip. And then this one, the most controversial of the three. Looks like Arkansas is going to take this to half, up 7.
Arkansas with 3 timeouts. They're going to take a 7-0 lead into the locker room. The visiting team continue to have the upper hand in the last 3 games, and Coach Pittman is seeing his defense led by former Auburn player Travis Williams, the defensive coordinator for the Hogs, coaching his team up. Let's go back to the studio. 7-0 at the break. War Eagle, a battle cry, a form of greeting. 2 natty chips to add to the proceeding. Pat, Bo, and Cam, that's Sigma. Otherworldly ability complete with presence and charisma. For Ops, the thought of a tumor TP. When Tigers roar, it's not a rumor, as you can see. In 2024, indicative of that fact from a macro view. Brown to brown and what they can do for you. Bet that could end up being one of the fire refrains for football life on the plains. This is Auburn. Look at one of the Golden Eagles they have here at Auburn University. Today they use their bald eagle to kick off the ceremonies, named Independence, as the Tigers will get possession of the football to start this second half, down 7-0. The question begs, after that shaky first half, will we or will we not see a quarterback change or not? Roddy, a lot of turnovers. That was the prevailing theme of the first half, and we're seeing Peyton Thorne take the reins of this offense. Your thoughts on that?
Well, 3 interceptions in the first half from your redshirt freshman making his first start in SEC play, so you got to give the experienced guy a shot. We were told Peyton Thorne had a great week of preparation coming in, and they need a spark right now. His legs give them an ability of explosiveness that Hank Brown didn't bring.
Threw 4 interceptions in that loss against Cal and gave way to Brown as the starting quarterback. The catch and hit immediately back at the 21-yard line. Fairweather lost 4. Let's go down to Quint.
Baffled, perplexed, perturbed. Hugh Freeze, when I asked him about Hank Brown, the quarterback, I said, "You gonna come back with him?" He says, "No, I don't know." And so obviously during the halftime, he rethought this and he enters Peyton Thorne, who had the rough outing against Cal. Meanwhile, Sam Pittman, with Thorne in the game, realizes QB run is more of a factor.
They got to get this offense untracked. Incomplete on his second attempt. Intended for Fairweather. Hank Brown was imbued with confidence coming into the game. Here's what he had to say. Look at the last line. "I'm excited to dominate Arkansas." It has not come to fruition. Not even close yet. 3rd and 12 on Peyton Thorne's first series of this game. Thorne going to pass. Completes it for the first down. Good catch by Robert Lewis. Picks up enough for the first down according to the spot. Just enough. Slaughter made the stop. An authoritative throw that time by Thorne.
That a nice job by Peyton Thorne. Saw the simulated blitz. Looked like Arkansas was going to bring pressure. They decided to drop. Finds Robert Lewis. Converts the 3rd down.
13-yard gain on the play. And a whistle and a penalty.
False start. Offense number 52. 5-yard penalty. It remains first down.
There's a look at Sophia Lewis. Robert Lewis's mother, who just caught the pass a moment ago. One of the wonderful teachers out there from Covington, Georgia. One of the real heroes out there, I should say, heroines, as Thorne runs it for a gain of about almost 2, maybe 1. Landon Jackson making the tackle on the play. Sets up a long second down coming up.
And for Arkansas, you see the career numbers on Peyton Thorne. The big adjustment with Thorne in the game is the quarterback run. Was the 2nd leading rusher for this Auburn team a year ago with a little over 500 yards rushing. So zone read is much more in play. Quarterback draw, as you saw there, much more in play than it was with Hank Brown.
2nd and 14. Jarquez Hunter in the backfield. Thorne zips it behind his intended receiver, Lambert Smith, and it sets up a 3rd down and 14. You know, when you bench QB1 and go to QB2, and then QB2 struggles, and you try and go back to QB1, sometimes you risk losing QB1, right?
You do. By all accounts, Peyton Thorne handled being benched very well, knew the mistakes that he had made, and wanted to protect it, to correct them.
And there's the whistle. Got a flag down.
Offside. Defense number 5. The movement by the defense comes the offense to react. Penalty is 5 yards. Still 3rd down.
Well, the prevailing storyline of the game so far has been the abundance of turnovers. In Auburn's last 3 drives, they've actually had a fumble and 2 interceptions. There's one of them right there. Arkansas gave one of them back. And then the Tigers promptly gave it back, and that led to Peyton Thorne taking over from Hank Brown, who's now getting a view from the sidelines. Thorne slings it. Officials looking at each other, ruling a catch to Lambert Smith. Boy, they took a long time to decide, but call it a catch. 1st and 10. And now they're going to look at this.
The ruling on the field was a catch. Previous play is under review.
Saw both officials eyeballing each other at one point. Here's the play in question. Lambert Smith at the other end of this pass. You're watching ESPN College Football delivered by Papa John's. This is the SEC on ESPN. A benevolent sky spattering down on a pristine field today. And one more look at the call, which was ruled incomplete, Roddy.
You can see the ball clearly hit the ground, doesn't have control of it. It's a good call by the officials.
Chapman with his 3rd punt of the afternoon rolls out. He's going to take off with it. Chapman will not get the 1st down. Thought he had a beat on a fake. And the Razorbacks will take over with auspicious field position. Much to the disgust of Hugh Freeze.
Well, I don't know what Chapman is seeing as he rolls out. I mean, he's going to have to make multiple Arkansas defenders miss. And it's all based on what he sees as he rolls out. So as he rolls out, you can tell that there's some soft coverage, but I mean, he's going to have to make at least one Arkansas defender miss. He's going to have to get all the blocks and then get 9 yards. It's a little too daring by the Auburn punter.
1st and 10. Pause in motion. They're going to keep it on the ground with Jackson. Jackson picks up a couple of yards on the play. But this Arkansas defense has made it extremely difficult in trying for the Tigers offensively. And I go back to Travis Williams, the defensive coordinator for Arkansas, in his 2nd year on the sidelines, the former linebacker here at Auburn. 2-time All-SEC as a linebacker here, doing a great job coaching his guys up. Jackson with nowhere to go, swarmed, and that's going to be a loss of 3 on the play. You know, his players, Travis Williams' players, knew that this was a special weekend for him returning, and they're responding for their coach, right?
And Sam Pittman didn't hide from what it would mean to get a win here. Travis Williams coming back, all that he meant to this Auburn program was on that 2004 team that goes down in history.
Third and 12 for the Hogs on offense. Green picked off at the 27. Kalen Lee. That is the 6th turnover of the game. Lee out of Ellenwood, Georgia.
And this ball, if you're going to throw it, it's just underthrown. You've got to lead Andrew Armstrong up the field, get it over the cornerback's head. It's such a tough throw. Kalen Lee makes some pay. And it feels like this game is coming down to who stops making the mistakes at this point.
See what Thorne can do with it on his 2nd series. Down the sidelines, incomplete. No flag on the play, intended for Simmons, being closely defended by Marquise Robinson. So it sets up a 2nd down and 10. Roddy, I want to ask you, when Hank Brown doesn't get it done as your starting quarterback, as of a DB down on the field, nursing his right leg. You've got Quint down on the field. You get a beat on that. Brown didn't get it done. Thorne hasn't had a very auspicious beginning here. Where do you go, man, if you're the offensive coordinator right now?
I think you go back to what you can count on. You hope that that's the run game with Jarquez Hunter. But this game is going to come down to who stops losing it. We've had 6 turnovers in this game, 4 on the Auburn side, now 2 on the Arkansas side, 5 interceptions, and only 16 combined completions. So with how sloppy this game has been, I would anticipate these coaches going back to, hey, let's run the ball, protect the football, play a little bit of field position, because it doesn't feel like it's going to take an explosion of points to win this.
This is one of those games where the defense comes off the field telling their offense, hey, just hold them until we can score.
It may end up being a pick six or something like that. That's the difference, the way this thing is gone.
Hey, coming up tonight on ABC at 7:30 Eastern time, a big matchup between 3-0 teams. Tennessee, number 6, number 15, Oklahoma. As the Sooners' incursion into the SEC begins. 2nd down and 10 for quarterback Peyton Thorne, the Michigan State transfer, with Hunter in the backfield. As you alluded to, Roddy, they keep it on the ground. Hunter brought down after a gain of about 2. I was going to finish up on Travis Williams a little bit. If his players weren't inspired enough by the fact that he's playing against his former school, then the bars that he dropped, and Quint has a beat on that. I mean, the bars that he dropped to his team in the meeting room should inspire them enough.
A viral video got me going when it dropped this summer.
This guy's making a connection with the players. Great teacher, leader. You make a connection. He wrote a song while he was a GA here at Auburn that became a huge hit during Tiger Walk and during the run out back in 2009 when Travis was a GA. To his benefit, the team went on a run and had super success. But he made the beats, he wrote it, and the school compensated him $10K plus he gets residuals on iTunes.
Cash, baby.
His hobby has always been music.
Well, I'll tell you what, they are going platinum right now, that defense. This defense is double platinum as they force another punt. I tell you what, Travis might be inspired to write another one after this game if they end up on the right side of the ledger.
Just hold on to the ball. We were just on there. Everybody don't text me, say they saw us on there.
Doing what?
I don't know.
Lights, camera, action, Mom. Sophia Lewis right there, the mother of senior wide receiver Robert Lewis. She's been at Newton County High School, folks, in Covington, Georgia, helping students for 36 years. Now we have a new quarterback in now, Malachi Singleton for Arkansas. So both squads have now gone to their backup quarterback. Singleton throws a pass not even close to Andrew Armstrong. This has turned into a battle of QB2s, Roddy.
Yes, it has. For Auburn, your QB2 is a guy who has started a ton of games. Malachi Singleton, only action he saw this year was against Arkansas Pine Bluff. Was 8 for 10 in that game for 120 yards. And I think it's just an opportunity to give Taylon Green a chance to take a deep breath and settle down. He's a great runner as Malachi Singleton, so watch the dual threat.
Hands it off to Rodney Hill. Pardon me, Jackson back in the ball game. 4-yard gain on the play, so 3rd down coming up. Both teams' offenses in the last significant time frame have been arrhythmic, without any kind of flow, without any kind of significant productivity.
And the first pass from Malachi Singleton did not inspire confidence. I would not be surprised to see him use his legs.
3rd and 6. Backside pressure, sacked. think they're going to rule him down before he threw the ball. Either way, it's a good result for the Tigers defense. Crawford with the pressure.
Going on the field, the passer was down prior to throwing the pass.
As I said, he was down prior to the pass, so 4th and 6 coming up. A quick 3 and out for Malachi Singleton on his first series of the ball game at quarterback, taking over for Taylon Green. Keontae Scott perched back at his own 26-yard line. This would be a great time for a special teams hit. If you're Auburn, a high punt that caroms at the 30. And bounces all the way down to the 23-yard line, a 51-yard punt. The most important factor in student achievement is the teacher in the classroom. This is why, in honor of Extra Yard for Teachers Week, ESPN is celebrating the role of teachers and their dedication to supporting students' development. On behalf of the College Football Playoff Foundation and ESPN, we recognize your passion, commitment, and the work that goes into ensuring your students succeed. We donated a $1,000 shoes gift card to Sophia Lewis, the mom of Auburn senior wide receiver Robert Lewis, to use towards resources for your classroom and students. Congratulations, Miss Sophia. Keep up the fantastic, inspiring work. Changing lives. That pass incomplete, intended for Lambert Smith.
A big thank you to all of our teachers.
Yes.
We get to recognize Sophia Lewis here today. But all of the teachers across America do so much to help raise our children,
Yes.
to guide them, obviously imbue incredible education and information into them.
Well, Hunter with a nice spirited run there, about 2 yards shy of the first down. We're going to have Quint Effort an opportunity to speak with her in just a moment. Clock running as we get down to 8:10 to go. My grandfather was an English professor and really learned a lot from him.
I've heard you tell the stories about how he
Used to drill us in vocabulary.
used to drill the vocabulary, which is why the incredible, flowery, colorful language just spews out with ease.
My grandfather, Francis Jones.
I've been waiting for one of the ones that I have to look up for a while. I'm not putting any pressure on you, but
Got to stay in the moment. It's got to happen. Hunter, wow, with an unrelenting run for the first down with 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. No 3 and out this time for the Tigers offensively.
and Mark, that was just the 10th carry for Jarquez Hunter. If I'm Auburn, you are handing it to 27 at least 15 more times before this game is over.
Has 3 consecutive 100-yard rushing games coming into this one. Thorne wide open, caught. Lambert Smith on the move. Tight ropes all the way down inside the 10. What a grab by Keandre Lambert Smith. First and goal.
And a complete bust by Arkansas defensively. The corner gets caught in kind of no man's land. Looks like he's going to blitz. Safety doesn't get over the top. And how about the catch? One hand. Didn't even need that second one. But a big play that Auburn's going to have to convert into points. It's the first explosion of offense we've seen, and it feels like an hour in real time.
54-yard pickup and all. Thorne hands it off to his tailback, Jarquez Hunter. Sets up second and goal. Eric Gregory making the stop up front, the 6'4", fifth-year senior out of Memphis. On the tackle, second down and goal. So you like the idea of giving it to Hunter just over and over and over again? 20, 25 carries, 30?
He is a workhorse back. He's coming into this year, the leading returning rusher in the SEC. I would continue to go to him. This Arkansas defensive line doesn't rotate a ton, and it's been hot today. Test their conditioning by handing it to your back.
Thorne pulls it out into the end zone. Touchdown, Lambert Smith. The Tigers finally get on the scoreboard after that precise, pulchritudinous pass by quarterback Peyton Thorne.
Gonna have to give me a quarter to look that up. But how about the response by Peyton Thorne after being benched a week ago? Hank Brown comes out of the game. He comes back after halftime and leads them on that drive to potentially tie this game up.
Despite the turnovers, despite the 3 interceptions they've thrown and 1 fumble, the Auburn Tigers miraculously are tied at 7-7 in this game as Lambert Smith was on the other end. That was the first touchdown, which feels like 3 weeks ago, and the second one happening just a moment ago. Tied at 7 when we come back. Finally alive here at Auburn as they've tied the game up 7 apiece, 5:44 to go in the third quarter. In week 1 of conference play in the SEC, Mark Jones chopping it up with Roddy Jones, Quint Kesnick down in the field in a turnover-laden game so far. What are we at, 6, 7?
I was about to ask you the same thing. It's hard to keep track.
We're at 6, yep. Now who comes out at quarterback? Is it Green or Singleton for Arkansas? We saw Malachi Singleton in relief of Taylon Green. It's going to be Green. So you were correct, partner, in saying that maybe just give Green a chance to take a breath and regroup.
See if you can catch lightning in a bottle with Malachi Singleton, and it gives Taylon Green a chance to take a deep breath. You take a series off, talk about it a little bit, and then come back refocused. We'll see if it works.
Bobby Petrino has great faith in him. Recruited him in high school and saw runs like that for 3 yards and a lot more. Thompson makes the tackle on the place. Petrino telling us earlier this week in our meeting with him that the young man, Taylon Green, changed the offense and the team just emotionally, tactically, in a lot of different ways immediately since getting on campus.
And as we said, he's a guy with championship level experience at Boise, winning the Mountain West a year ago. But these types of environments in this conference, it's different than anything he would have seen.
Jackson on the handoff into the boundary, put his foot in the ground and got north-south. It'll be 3rd down and about 2. Let's go down to Q. Let's wait for the flag first.
Holding. Offense number 63. Previous spot. 3 second down.
And time now for our sideline report presented by Chili's. Q?
Well, talking about Taylon, kind of mellow, soft-spoken, got that internal fire, though. You can hear it. Really smart. His sister played basketball at Duke. He described the transfer portal and the teams it creates as trail mix. He said you got all the different ingredients, you got to make it work.
I want to be the Smarties in there. In the trail mix.
I would go with the M&Ms. Everyone's looking for the M&Ms in the trail mix.
Green surveying. And picked up about 4. Everybody covered. The Tiger defense doing a nice job.
Absolutely nowhere to go with that football.
Yeah.
Taylon Green was patient. But a 3rd and long here, and if you thought it was loud on 2nd and long, now with the tie ball game, this crowd could be a big difference maker on this 3rd down.
Finds his man downfield for the first down at the 40-yard line. Andrew Let Me Eat Armstrong with an 18-yard pickup.
Just a little bit ago, As Bobby Petrino on the right side of the screen goes down, the offensive coordinator for Arkansas, but
you talked about having a head on, on your swiveler. Yeah. That's twice now.
That is twice.
Green caught the errant snap. And good pressure up front by Asante. Eugene Asante, a really good story. A guy that has made a great impact in a transfer from North Carolina out of Alexandria, Virginia. 2nd and 10 coming up. Coach Petrino looks okay. Son of a football coach. His dad taught him, keep running it until they stop it. Second and 10. Green on the slant, batted away nicely. Well defended. Crawford got his hand in there and batted it away to set up a 3rd and long.
How about this graphic? I mean, we're going 5-4-3-2-1, but not in a good way.
Right.
5 interceptions, 4 quarterbacks have played. We've had 3 sacks, 1 touchdown. And I'm sure if we dug deep, there'd be 2 of something.
Yeah.
And I can promise you it probably isn't good, because the quarterback play in this game has left a lot to be desired, let's just say.
Green gonna try and do it himself. Tight ropes for the first down. Talon Green got just enough. He really popped the clutch there and got into a higher gear and got away from the defender, Roddy.
He's a long strider, so I think defenders underestimate how fast he is going, and then when he changes speeds, it throws him off even more. He's incredibly crafty as a runner for a guy his size, hugging the sideline and getting just enough for the first.
There's Jackson, put his foot in the ground and went north-south to pick up a long 5 yards, and Green just kind of glides out there. Like you said, it's a long strider. A lot of those guys are moving faster than you think they are, right?
They are. Eats up a lot of ground with every single step. And his legs, they've needed him because it hasn't really been there through the air.
Got an Auburn player down at the field. A good time to remember that here are tonight's featured college football games on ESPN Plus. Number 25, Texas A&M hosting Bowling Green, 7:30 Eastern. Arch Manning and number 1 Texas host Louisiana Monroe at 8 Eastern. To get ESPN Plus, go to plus.com or download the ESPN app. We saw Texas last week, and Arch Manning was incredible. He was brilliant. Now, Steve Sarkisian, in what is it, year 4 now, seems to have his team peaking, his recruiting classes with a confluence at just the right time. 12-2 last season, most wins in 14 years. And Mr. Dark looming, but so far the Sark keeping him at bay.
He has built an incredible program at Texas, done it the right way to prepare for SEC play. Great offensive line, defensive lines. He's got not 1 but 2 quarterbacks. They've had to survive some running back injuries, so we'll see how that depth is tested as they go through this schedule. But Texas looks like the best team in the country right now.
Okay. Q?
Texas has got upcoming tests. I love the speed of their wide receivers. I think their offensive line may win the Joe Moore Award when it's all said and done. But you got Arch Manning today on ESPN Plus. Check it out.
Jackson on the reverse. Green, not the way they drew it up, threw it away. Doesn't look like anyone's in the vicinity. Down to the pocket, ball has to go. Not sure the ball went beyond the line of scrimmage. That's going to be intentional grounding.
So if you get out of the pocket, you don't have to have that receiver in the vicinity, but it does, as you said.
Number 10 in the offense. Kelly will place the ball at the spot of the foul and includes the loss of down. Now 3rd down.
It does have to go past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
That one did not, and it is not uncommon. It's actually very common for the officials not to throw the flag initially on intentional grounding, to come have a conference, confirm and then drop that flag.
Hey, what about the timing of Bobby Petrino going to one of his vaunted trick plays, and it kind of blew up?
It did blow up. I think the initial reverse actually had some promise, but once you flip it back to your quarterback, the pressure got to him.
Yeah. 3rd and Birmingham to go. Green spins away. Launches, has a man wide open. It hung, touchdown, a miracle by Taylon Green. Satania on the other end. The immense improvisational skills of Taylon Green result in this, Roddy.
And the catch, there's still a lot to be done when the ball arrives. He goes up over the top of Keontae Scott, catches the ball on top of his head, basically, and then ends up backpedaling into the end zone. What a turn of events on a 3rd and forever.
A career-long pass by Taylon Green, 58 yards for the score. Satania at the other end of that toss. And Arkansas leads by 7 with a little over 2 minutes to go in the 3rd.
DJ Durkin has no idea what just happened. I mean, this is a situation where they're going to drop 8. Go ahead and run it, guys. And there's no pressure on Taylon Green, so he rolls out. Now freeze it right here. You can see, here's where Isaiah Satania is. The safeties have split. Taylon Green sees it and just gives his receiver a chance. Keontae Scott backpedals and Satania makes the great catch. But it took so long that the integrity of that shell on the back end was compromised. Satania takes advantage of it and makes a phenomenal catch under pressure.
That's what happens when you have a quarterback like Taylon Green. There he is being worked on the sidelines that can keep a play alive and extend the play, right, partner? I mean, special things happen.
And that's one of those situations as a defensive coordinator that you're going to look back and think, should I have brought pressure? Should I have allowed him that much time and been that conservative?
On 3rd and 19.
On 3rd and 19.
Satania got that championship belt after that big-time catch. Cobb on the return, looking for an alley, and tackled well at the 27-yard line. Now a quick word from Cheez-It.
Cheese, really tasty stuff out there. The crunch, the satisfaction, and now you're being named MV Cheese. What are you gonna do next?
I'm going where cheese dreams come true. I'm going to Cheez-It World, baby. Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Mark Jones, Roddy Jones, Quint Kessenich on the job here. Auburn, Alabama trailing 14-7 to Arkansas. This the SEC opener for both these teams. Thorne hands it off on the reverse. That's Simmons. And Simmons made one player miss and is forced out of bounds. Gain of about 5 on the play. Let's take one more look at Auburn's last drive. They put it in the end zone for the first time this afternoon. That was the big play to Lambert Smith.
And the RPO touchdown finished by Peyton Thorne. Good patience on that to let Keandre Lambert Smith clear that first window. Feels like the walls have come off the end zones here in the 3rd quarter.
Straight ahead to Jarquez Hunter. And Hunter brought down for a gain of about 3 on the play. It feels like Peyton Thorne amassed a little bit of rhythm on that scoring drive. Yes or no?
And they got an explosive play. I mean, it's been such a slog for both of these offenses. Arkansas on that last drive, the pass to Satania, explosive. Keandre Lambert Smith on the long one that set up the touchdown, and explosive. We have not seen a ton of explosive plays today, and they finally got one.
On 3rd and 2, trying to stay on the field here. Thorne on the RPO, going to do it himself. Picks up the first down and then some. Peyton Thorne moves the chains for the Tigers. If you're just joining us, he came in relief of Hank Brown to start the third quarter. After Brown threw 3 interceptions. A gain of 12 on that last scamper by Thorne. Pulls it out down the middle. Picked off the carom and the tip. Arkansas with the football again. Another turnover. Metcalf. It was off the hands of Cam Coleman, right into the waiting arms of T.J. Metcalf. That's the 5th turnover for Hugh Freeze's team.
And it looked exactly like one of the interceptions that Peyton Thorne threw against Cal. Just leads the receiver a little too far, and honestly, that's not on Peyton Thorne. That one's got to be caught by the freshman receiver.
I mean, this hit him right in the hands.
His hands are extended, but they're not. He's not giving full extension effort on this. And Hugh Freeze, what do we got to do?
I'll tell you what, his blood pressure isn't 120/80 anymore.
Well, sure, it has been for about 2.5 quarters.
Yeah. Coming back the other way. Arkansas put it in the end zone on their previous drive. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Green hands it off to Jackson. Broke 1 tackle and picks up 2 hard-earned yards to end the third quarter of play. In a game where we've seen 4 different quarterbacks play for the 2 respective teams. It's still just a 1-touchdown game with 15 minutes to play. We'll be back right after this.
What do you say to Peyton after that deflected pick?
I thought it was a good ball. I thought we were loafing on the route and made the right read. We got to catch that one. Yeah, I think he's played solid.
When you turn to him, what do you say to him to try to get him going here in the second half?
He's done it before. He's played in these type environments, and I think he's played well to this point. We got to catch the football when we have wide open guys running, and and we just haven't executed today, and we've turned it over near about every possession we've had.
This game is testing.
Very testing. That was our theme this week. Had no idea when I got up this morning and talked to them about being tested, it would be quite like this.
This is some test, Coach.
Very test.
Thank you.
Austin Keys passed that test defensively with a big hit on Gums, trying to make the catch. That's the second time today that kind of lead your receiver into the wrong place as we take a look at the drives this half offensively for Auburn.
Auburn has had 10 drives. 5 have ended via turnover. 1 turnover on downs. 1 touchdown in those 10 drives. It has been one of the most frustrating afternoons, I would imagine, of Hugh Freeze's offensive career.
Green on 3rd and 8. They keep it on the ground. Straight ahead, Rodney Hill is going to be close to the first down. They're going to spot it just a little bit short. Interesting call coming up here on 4th and looks like a foot or less even from here. Picked up 7.
You got a 230-pound quarterback who is 6'6" and lean, but still 230 pounds.
And Braylon Russell, a 255-pound tailback as well, number 0 there. It's Russell for the first down. Light work for him. Braylon Russell out of Benton, Arkansas. Took Arkansas over Arizona, Baylor, Tennessee, Mississippi.
Mark, your point about Taylon Green was a good one, though. It is twice now where he has not taken care of his receiver, and he's basically thrown them into a defender and a bone-crushing hit. Whew. He's going to have to take care of his guys a little bit better, but look, this ain't the Mountain West anymore. Yeah. SEC defenders punish your guys. You do that.
5 on the play clock. They keep it between the tackles. Russell with a 2, maybe 3-yard gain on the play. Jason Jones, and that forlorn look etched across her countenance is the look of the day if you're an Auburn Tiger fan.
It's a look of helplessness.
Sorry. You're just sorry.
What do we got to do?
Sorry. Oh. 2nd and 8. Green under heat. Fires high. Never had a chance, Andrew Armstrong. But there was some good heat up front from Asante again, who's done a nice job for the Tigers defensively today. Player with contagious energy.
He and Taylor Green have gotten to know each other well today, and Taylor Green's going to need an ice bath and a hug after this one, because he has been hit over and over as DJ Durkin has continued to bring pressure.
Rodney Hill back in the ball game on a pivotal 3rd and 8 here. Swing pass out of the backfield to Hill. Made one guy miss, moves the pile to within about 2 yards of the first down. It's 4th down coming up. Remember, Arkansas missed a field goal a little bit earlier. Kyle Ramsey pushed one off to the right. Let's see what Arkansas does. They're going to bring in Kyle Ramsey to kick a field goal here.
Ramsey missed one last week as well.
It's going to come from 43 yards out. We'll make it a 2-score game. Missed earlier from 41, but finds atonement off his toe right there. The Hogs go up by 10 with 12:04 to go here in the 4th quarter. Back right after this. You're watching ESPN College Football, delivered by Papa John's. This is the SEC on ESPN. 17-7 lead for the visitors. Arkansas leading with 12:04 to go. Both teams have struggled offensively today, and that's keeping it PG. Cobb on the return. And this game carries a lot of magnitude for it, especially for Auburn when you look at their upcoming schedule. Oklahoma, Georgia, Missouri. I mean, that is a gauntlet when you look at what they have coming up.
And when you get past the ranked teams, you're on the road at Kentucky.
Yeah.
That just played Georgia to a 1-point game.
And then finishing up at Alabama. They have 5 games to start at home, 5 in a row coming up at home, but the entire month of October, they won't see home. Thorne hands it off. Nice run by Jeremiah Cobb. Stayed on his feet after absorbing that initial hit. It'll be 2nd down and about 5 to go. Tell you what, every game important once you hit SEC play. Thorne, high but caught nicely by Kane. Pardon me, Coleman made the catch. Talented freshman, 6'3".
And Hugh Freeze said to Q when he asked them that he felt like they were loafing on the route and then obviously didn't catch the ball. Well, that's sometimes what happens when you're a freshman. You don't focus on one play and you don't realize what the consequences could be. Cam Coleman's incredibly talented and he'll learn, but it cost his team on that interception by Peyton Thorne.
That word really rung when he said loaf. 3rd and 4 coming up. After the 3-yard pickup, the toss, and Arkansas's defense up to the challenge again. Travis Williams has coached them up meticulously. They were ready for the assignment on 3rd down there. Sets up 4th and 4.
And Auburn's leaving the offense on the field.
You like the call?
I think they're desperate at this point to get something going. And if nothing else, you're trying to draw Arkansas offside. See if they actually snap the play. snap the ball and run a play.
Play clock below 10. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Thorne is going to pass it to the other side. Caught and a lot of room. On the move, Lambert Smith. It's a foot race. Room service. Touchdown. .68 yards for the score. One play ignites the fans, the players, and the Tigers are right back in this game. On 4th and 4, Lambert Smith, the Penn State transfer, made the catch, looked at his wrist and said, I got time today.
ESPN College Football is delivered by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Better get you some.
An abundance of turnovers today by both teams. But still, just a one-score game. Quarterbacks have not had their best day today. But the DBs have.
DBs have been eating. It's a buy one interception gets, or buy one turnover get 6 free kind of day.
Yeah, you don't have to use the promo code. It's coming free. 9:50 to go here in the 4th quarter. Smith, after that touchdown catch, has 157 yards receiving for Auburn. Hogs will take it 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Hey, there's the Taco Bell Live Más student section all season long. Student sections across the country are competing to be the Taco Bell Live Más student section of the year. Download the Taco Bell app now to learn more. Great scene here at Auburn as the home team trails by 3. See what kind of response we get from Taylon Green and Arkansas. Rodney Hill in the backfield. Satania in motion. Out of the backfield, and for the 3rd time today, quarterback Taylon Green leads his receiver into harm's way, Roddy. Big hit by Thompson.
You said it. He doesn't see Thompson coming from inside out. Jaron Thompson makes sure that Rodney Hill feels his presence as that ball gets away from him.
2nd and 10. Some heat on Green. Escapes. Good pressure from Asante again. Sets up a 3rd down and 10 now. One more look at that last touchdown. What happened here, Rodney?
So you've got the safety, Jaden Johnson, covering Keontae Lambert-Smith in man-to-man coverage from depth. He just gets too far inside. He opens up the door, and Lambert-Smith is able to slip inside on the slant. And once he gets past, there's no one there because it's 0 coverage. That means 0 people back deep in the middle of the field. And Keontae Lambert-Smith hits his head on the goalpost.
3rd and long. Green down the sidelines. Little bump and grind. A flag thrown on the sidelines as Kite was in on coverage. It's intended for Broden.
Pass interference, defense number 8. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
That looked like an easy call against Antonio Kite right there, number 8, the big-time recruit, former high school basketball player as well. Sets up first down and 10 for Arkansas. Jackson in the backfield. They run the stretch, puts his hat down and gets across the 45 to the 46. Caleb Wooden was there to meet him. A 5-yard pickup for Jackson.
Quindon Jackson hasn't really gotten going today. For that carry, only 52 yards on the game on 17 carries. Auburn's done a nice job up front.
Jackson in the backfield, 2 receivers out to the top of your screen. Armstrong is the inside receiver. They keep it on the ground. Jackson made a cut north-south and picks up a yard on the play. Keldrick Falk making the tackle. We haven't called his name a whole lot today, and he's one of the guys that Arkansas was going to make sure to identify because of his rushing skills, right?
He's an incredible talent. This defensive line as a whole, I think, has played pretty well. They created penetration against this Arkansas offensive line and allowed the linebackers to get to Taylor Green and pressure him.
On 3rd and 4. They pick up the pressure. Green's got real estate. It's a race. Did he get it? Yes, he did. They gave Green a favorable spot. Picked up 5, enough for the first down, and that long, lanky quarterback with a big-time run. Not sure why the fans are booing. Maybe they're looking at the replay thinking he didn't make it.
Watch on the edge. You've got the running back kind of going low on Eugene Asante. Fans didn't like it. I didn't see a hold. I didn't think he held him. He kind of wrapped his arms around as he got lifted, but.
And Green gets down safely at the 38. I would call that a gut-wrench suplex.
Right.
He's the big wrestling fan.
I don't know if suplex is in the
here it is again
in the rule book, but he goes down low and then sort of wraps his arms around, but he doesn't grab. He lets go.
Okay.
Sort of leans him over to the ground. Hugh Freeze doesn't like it. It looks bad because those arms get sort of wrapped, but he didn't grab. He kind of brings those arms back.
The former running back in you is coming out a little bit.
Defending my guys in the backfield.
2nd and 1, 9-yard pickup. Jackson with a great cut. Still on his feet. Down inside the 30-yard line. A ruthless, relentless run by Jackson for 8 yards. Just wearing down that defense. That reminds me of Greco-Roman wrestling in the Olympics.
He does sort of pile drive him into the ground.
Yeah.
Hugh Freeze wants some sort of call.
That is a portrait of scorn. Yeah. Right up the middle. Russell, the big back at 253 pounds, moves the chains again. The Razorbacks wearing out that defense with a little lightning and thunder.
And able to hit this on the backside of the inside zone. Collapse everything down. Running back sees it, cuts it back. And then how would you like to have 250-plus pounds coming at you downhill if you're Jared Thompson? Does well and make sure that the low man wins on that one, but it takes some bravery.
Yeah, they have used a full complement of their runners. It was a 13-yard pickup, by the way, and we have an Auburn player shaken up on the field. Jamison Travis. They're working on his left knee area. And while we're waiting, let's take a look at this week's college football rankings, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Texas is going to be on ESPN Plus against UL Monroe a little bit later. Georgia has the week off. Marshall looked great on their first drive of the ball game. Went up 7-0, and it was all Ohio State after that. And don't forget Georgia, Alabama next week.
That a big game?
A little bit, yeah. It's got a lot of significance.
I would say so. And I think if you're those two teams, if you're Kirby Smart, you are able, coming off that Kentucky win, to coach your team hard, know that you gotta get a lot better playing Alabama.
Right. Q, what's it look like down on the field?
It's hot, but it was scalding earlier. It was 90 degrees at kickoff with a lot of humidity. But now the field is almost entirely in the shade. In that third quarter, if you're on the Auburn side, you catch a break because you're in the shade. Arkansas sideline now, just staring into the sun. It's just starting to set, and fatigue is a factor. And I think when you look at this Arkansas reconstruct with Sam Pittman, the offensive line, A grade. You're bringing a new center, 2 new tackles. Carmona at the left tackle position, 55, is a game changer for this franchise. Just a dramatic improvement of this O-line, and that's starting to show right now, Mark, as we get late in this game.
Carmona played at San Jose State last year for Coach Brennan, who's now in Arizona. Did a great job. Green keeps it himself, outruns the DB down the sidelines, and hit out of bounds by Lee. Bounced right back up. 11-yard gain.
The juke in the open field, and once again Taylor Green going airborne. What do you give that one?
I would give that a 9.5.
9.5.
He stuck the landing pretty well.
Okay. Pretty lenient judge over here.
Tell you what, he has made some nice plays down here in crunch time with 5:18:17 to go. Look at his numbers on the day. Done enough with his legs to keep the defense honest.
Auburn needs to hold Arkansas to a field goal attempt here.
The big back, Russell, to about the 1.5, picked up 4. Russell chose Arkansas over Arizona, Baylor, Tennessee, and Texas A&M. 2nd and goal for Bobby Petrino in the offense. 11th play of the drive.
I believe all the yards on this drive have come via the ground. Expect that to continue.
They line up in the eye. Russell with no room. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. The official having a tough time helping up offensive lineman Fernando Carmona. So it'll be 3rd down and goal. They've kept it on the ground twice. What do you do here if you're Bobby Petrino?
Do you trust your quarterback to throw the football? It may be time for a play action rollout. Give him sort of a 2-way go with his legs or something in the back of the end zone to throw it.
8 on the play clock, so the communication with the sideline is off. Jackson still moving. Touchdown, Arkansas. Much to the protestations of Auburn, who didn't think that he breached the goal line. The official right there on the goal line raised his arm, signaling touchdown. Here's a goal line view.
Question is, where's the ball? And
in that mass of humanity, you could barely see it.
You can't see it at all until he's going to the ground.
Point on the field is a touchdown. The previous play is under review.
An incensed, irate Hugh Freeze again with the officials. He's been in their face the entire 4th quarter. Some pivotal calls. This might be the most pivotal.
If based on what we saw, the first shot down the line, if the ball crosses, it doesn't cross by much. The thing is, it has to be indisputable video evidence to overturn the call on the field.
Right there.
And you can't see the ball, so I think as he's going down, we can get a look as he's going down. Where is the ball? That
might be over right there.
I think it's over.
Yeah, look at that.
I think it's over, yeah. So here's the line. There's the ball, yep. I mean, right.
It looks like he's in as he's falling.
It does. And this is the shot right down the line. I would imagine this would be confirmed.
Right there.
There's the ball. And then here's the line right here.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
And still, Jaquindon Jackson with the belt. 12 plays, 75 yards on the drive, to the disbelief of the Tiger fans here. With 3:38 to go, it's a two-score game. The home team is down by 10. Jackson with his second touchdown today on the ground. The backfield has done a fantastic job. Jackson and Green. Several times we've seen the quarterback for Arkansas go airborne. This was the first time. Continues to provide some mid-air pyrotechnics, fireworks, all to the good of the Hogs. Welcome back, everyone, to Auburn, Alabama. The Tigers in a hole right now, a little bit desperate, down by 10 with 3:38 to go. Jackson there on the bench for Arkansas with that last touchdown run, and the Tigers will take it from the 33. Roddy, tell me what's up.
Well, we've seen a lot during this game, so let's go to one more thing. It's time for Word Up with the Joneses. You used the word protestation a little bit earlier, which is an emphatic declaration that something is not the case. I don't even remember what the other one you used was. That meant beautiful.
Pulchritudinous.
Yes, that one we had a tough time spelling, so we had to go with protestation.
Okay, thank you. Hey, that's what the coaches are doing, protestations.
Yes, exactly.
Hugh Freeze in particular, a lot of it on the sidelines. And a sack on the blitz from Danico Slaughter. Nothing to protest there. You take it and move on. 2nd and 17.
This is where, if you're Peyton Thorne, you rely on all the experience that you have to will your team downfield if you can.
Thorne steps up. Missing Hunter by a bunch. Our Week 4 SEC football lineup continues tonight, 7:45 Eastern Time. Number 5, Ole Miss hosting Georgia Southern, and exclusively on ESPN Plus, SEC Network Plus. Number 25, Texas A&M Bowling Green. Number 1, Texas, Louisiana Monroe. Each game available on ESPN app. You can also watch anywhere. Find live sports with Where to Watch only on the ESPN app and ESPN.com. 3rd and 17 for the Tigers. Thorne escapes one tackle, but brought down by Davier. Nico Davier. And it's 4th down coming up. And Cam Newton isn't coming through those doors.
So a lot of guys that they would love to have, but it's going to be up to Peyton Thorne and this receiving core. And I think you're looking for 5. Keandre Lambert-Smith. Doesn't look like Cam Coleman is on the field. He'd be the other guy you'd be going to.
4th and 20. They have to get to their own 43. Thorne delivers, tipped, and incomplete near midfield for Fairweather. And Arkansas will take over, and a joyful, celebratory defensive coordinator, Travis Williams, on the sidelines for Arkansas with his hands in the air. Hey, the WNBA playoffs. Let's go. Tipping off tomorrow. And we'll have all 4 first-round games. Same format the last few years with the best of 3 in each series. Dream against Liberty at 1 Eastern on ESPN. Jonquel Jones, Stewie in that game. And then the Fever Sun at 2:30. Caitlin Clark and taking on the Connecticut Sun. ABC and Mercury Lynx at 5 on ESPN. Storm Aces begins at 10 Eastern on ESPN. Asia Wilson, I can't wait to watch you work in the playoffs. Jackson with a first down. Asia Wilson, the best female player on the planet.
First 1,000-yard point season in WNBA history.
Yep. Does it at both ends. I think she's got a great case for Defensive Player of the Year, too.
Wow.
Travis Williams would agree with me. He knows defense.
Yes, he does.
Sam Pittman's squad standing on business today. We're at the 2-minute timeout. Back after this. Arkansas looking at a win here, barring a miraculous turnaround. And Roddy, how big is this win for the Razorbacks?
It's huge because you look at the rest of the schedule and it's ranked teams up and down. Mississippi State looks like it might be the worst team in the league, so you feel good about that. Louisiana Tech, and then next week against Texas A&M becomes massive for their bowl hopes. Unless you're going to pull up a big upset.
Right. Well, it hasn't been a pretty portrait today. Oh, there's your evidence.
It's going to be okay, big fella.
Only taking it hard. As you would expect.
Sun's going to rise tomorrow.
He won't believe that.
No.
He don't believe that right now.
I know it feels like it won't.
Yeah.
These fans as well.
There'll be no toilet paper at Toomer's Corner tonight on the trees.
Not at all. There you go. You cracked a smile. At least
she looked mad.
At least she's funny when she's mad.
Yeah, sing a song. It always feels a little bit better. Almost. For Hugh Freeze. Where do they go with their quarterbacking scenario?
I think this is Peyton Thorne's team again. Hank Brown proved at the moment a little too much for him at this point in time. They were more productive under Peyton Thorne. I thought he went the right places with the football. The interception wasn't on him.
First down, Russell. I tell you what, that last drive of 12 plays that they scored on, every one of them a running play, smash ball.
And with the struggle in quarterback play today, I mean, you've had Arkansas run the ball over 50 times in this game. Taylon Green a big part of that with 17. Look at Auburn on the other side, only 25 rushes on the day. So when the quarterback play has been shaky, Arkansas has leaned on the run, where Auburn has thrown the ball more. Some of that's circumstantial, but Arkansas has certainly been less mistake prone. Right. +3 in the turnover margin today.
Second and goal coming up. Green hands it off again to Russell. Tell you what, Bobby Petrino is very happy about not only flying up to Boise, Idaho and visiting Taylon Green when he got into the portal and spend a couple of days up there, but then traveling to the Dallas area where Green is from and closing the deal then. When they got that commitment, there were some 4 different quarterbacks they were looking at, but Petrino found his man.
Likely the discussion there, Sam Pittman saying, hey, let's run the football here.
Right.
You're going to be able to drain at least 40 seconds off the clock, plus whatever time it takes to run the play, plus the amount of time it takes for them to start the play clock. I mean, likely right around or a little bit under a minute left in a 2-score game, whether you make the field goal or not.
Yeah. Auburn out of timeouts now. Arkansas with its full complement. Nose of the ball resting at the 10-yard line. The Razorbacks looking to improve to 3-1 should they hold on. Russell in the backfield. They line up in the I. Green is going to be sacked all the way back at the 21-yard line. 4th and goal. As you said a moment ago, it's still a 2-score game. And the Tigers without any timeouts. What did we learn in the big picture, the big takeaway from both teams in this?
I think a couple of things. One, it goes to underscore the sloppiness of this game, underscores how top-heavy the SEC is.
Okay.
I think bigger picture than that, that Arkansas's quarterback situation, while Talon Green is the guy, there's some improvement to be made, and I think Auburn's quarterback situation is still a situation.
Yeah.
They're trying to find answers at that position.
The old adage about if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have any.
Arkansas
using one of its 3 timeouts. This has been a series in which the visiting team has won now the last 3 games in a row, should this pattern hold this afternoon. Back in 2023, this is what it looked like. Auburn going to Arkansas and running through, over, and around the Razorbacks. What might have been their best game of the year.
Might have been Peyton Thorne's best game of the year as well a year ago. Hugh Freeze is going to hope that this goes down as their worst game of the year this year. 5 turnovers, just made it an unbelievable uphill climb.
This looked a lot like the Cal loss in terms of turnovers.
Yeah, in terms of turnovers, absolutely. Arkansas leaving the offense on the field.
Up by 2 scores. Russell's going to run it. Tigers will take over on downs here.
It's an incredibly conservative decision by Sam Pittman, although understandable. Kick the field goal and you make it, you got to, first off, you risk it getting blocked, then the return game comes into play. If you kick it to Auburn, sort of take all that out of it just by running the football.
Low risk, right? You don't
Very
want to
low risk, and 2 scores no matter what. Yeah. So you make Auburn, you go conservative and you make Auburn fight the fight without some of that craziness, the potential for it to happen.
And no timeouts remaining as well for the Tigers.
Legal substitution, offense, more than 11 players in the formation. 5-yard penalty, first down.
It's the last part of the game has looked like Waffle House at 3 a.m. I mean,
popping?
Hey, man.
Delicious?
Hey, man, that 3 a.m. shift, there's a lot going on, but no real motion. Thorne completes it to Brown out of St. Thomas Aquinas there in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, a school that's turned out some fantastic collegiate and NFL players.
And if Arkansas is able to hold on to this, can you imagine the emotions for Travis Williams, the defensive coordinator, coming back home, his defense creating 5 turnovers. Sam Pittman said the dream would be to come here, win the game, and give T-Will the game ball.
He's got that on lock. You would think right now. His defense making the tackle there. Malcolm Simmons on the catch. 4 to 5 seconds to go.
A freshman that had an opportunity to get the ball out of bounds. It probably, it's too little too late no matter what, but that's a football play that needs to be made.
And pass complete to Fairweather. Been a lot going on with Coach Travis Williams lately. His lovely bride, Janine, having their daughter win just recently, last week. He's winning.
He is winning. And it's a defense that without their leader present, he missed a couple days last week, without their leader present, it played uninspired a week ago. They were inspired today.
Yeah, I would bet he's got that game ball, like you said. 23 seconds to go. Peyton Thorne out of the shotgun. Playing for a starting job perhaps next week.
I think it'll be a true competition with Peyton Thorne taking the first snaps.
Wow.
The way he invigorated this offense slightly in the second half.
Think about what's happened for Auburn from the opening kickoff to now in terms of their quarterback scenario. Thorne completes another pass to the edge. That's Perry Thompson with 12 seconds to go.
Auburn's going to have to right the ship quick and find answers because Brent Venables and the Oklahoma Sooners come to Jordan-Hare next week. Follow that up with Georgia and Missouri, both on the road. Does not get easier.
That is not in any way a soft schedule. Thorne tiptoes out of bounds about 3 yards short of the first down with 5 seconds to go. So they'll get one last opportunity here. Probably heave it into the end zone. Jackson getting a respite on the sideline. It's going to be a fun charter flight back to Fayetteville, Arkansas tonight for Coach Pittman's crew. They're going to rule that pass complete at the 9, but time has expired. This game is over. And Travis Williams, the defensive coordinator, former player here on the Plains, in a great mood because his defense did a nice job today, and that guy there took care of the offense. Talon Green helping to lead Arkansas to a 24-14 victory. They improve to 3-1 on the season. Hugh Freeze's Tigers fall to 2-2. Final thought, Ryder.
Well, Arkansas goes on the road in the SEC and wins in a massive game for them and their likely bowl hopes. But Auburn, man, the turnovers felt like it never got you started. Congrats to the Razorbacks going on the road. It's hard to win on the road, and they got it done.
On the first day of fall, 24-14 final score. Miami and South Florida coming up next for Roddy Jones, Quint Kesenick, and our entire crew behind the camera you never get a chance to see. I'm Mark Jones, right now to Bob Wischusen and Louis Riddick in Tampa.
Thank you for watching this presentation of the Southeastern Conference on ESPN.